Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being so nicely on time. I appreciate that. Very good. Okay, today we are going to finish our unit 3, yeah, by doing focus on writing. So ask me questions. If you have questions, also is important because next week is submission week for all our tasks and our projects, and it's test week. Next week you will have unit tests, unit 3 test for listening and speaking, unit 3 test for reading and writing. So it's important that you have finished everything. Also remember that your projects are important because they are also your portfolio for your graduating score. So they will go in as a project, but they will also be used as your portfolio since it is a portfolio. Yeah, so that score will go in as a grade for your project, but will also be used for the finalization of your graduating grades. So it is super important that you do it good and that you do it on time because every day you're late, it's -5. Yeah, besides that, tidak ada perbaikan nilai yang lain. Hanya itu. Yeah, so I'm just saying, you make sure that you've got it all good because otherwise it might be that you have a problem with your grades. Yeah, so for today, we're going to do focus on writing and post test 2. Make sure you do post test 2 today, not later than today. And then we will have post study. You have to do the activities in focus on writing in your ebook for reading and writing. But there will be no pre-study because there's no video and no textbook activities because this is the end of the unit. Okay, remember that by now you have to have finished your video comprehension. Wait a sec, because this sound is annoying. Here. Okay. Okay, so make sure that by now you have finished your video comprehension. Listening 1, reading 1. Listening 2, reading 2. Focus on speaking, and this week focus on writing. So all of this have to be finished this week. Yeah, and remember that if you submit your journal or your log late, it will be -5 per day. You have to do this for your literature. You will have to also submit, and I will explain that this week what you need to submit and make. Basically, it's already in here. Yeah, you're going to analyze the poem. Yeah, and you're going to write a literary analysis essay. You're going to write what is the title's meaning and significance in relation to the poem. This is what you're going to talk about. What the meaning is of the title and how the title is significant and related to the poem. That is what you have to write about. Yeah. So these are the things that you need to submit. Remember that all your ebook activities for listening and speaking, reading and writing have to be complete. If you're missing one, it will really drag down your score. And also to remember that the ebook activities are not only an extra practice, but that is also used for perbaikan nilai. So if you don't do it, then you have a problem. I'm not going to give you any extra material. I'm not going to give you other activities. You know, this is what you're going to get. This is already more than enough. If you just do it, you'll be okay. Yeah, and remember that your journal and your log are both used untuk perbaikan nilai untuk kelulusan. So it's super important you do this good. That's why, please, people, pay notice to the rubrics that I've given here for speaking, but also for writing, because from here you will know how to do it and prevent mistakes. Okay? Awesome beans. Now, that is very important for next week. And then after next week, in the second week of March, we will be doing a review. We will review all the guidelines for your exam. And your exam, Ujian Sekolah, for me, will be based on the ESL program, not Dinas. Okay. Yeah. Cool beans. Then we're going to straight away go to our reading and writing. And our focus on writing is on page 76. If you can open your book with me. Yeah, so you can look at the answers. So today we're really going to review the results that you have. So what we're doing right now is 100% based on you having watched the video and having done the activities. If you haven't watched the video, you haven't done the activities, it's confusing because then you have to instantly think. Whereas now I'm really expecting you to answer fast because you already did it. Yeah. Most of the material is also explained and reviewed in the video, so it's important to watch it because I don't repeat everything that I said in the video. Yeah. So the first part is reviewing the vocab of Unit 3. Then after that, it is expanding, so working with it in a different concept. And then the third part is creating something new with the vocabulary. So as a review here, possible thoughts of the sandy-haired man in Gotta Dance. You have to match the underlined words with the synonym from the box and then write the letter down. So we're going to start with number 1. And I'm going to ask one person to volunteer to be, what is that called? To annotate. Who of you is willing to annotate for me?
Sylvie, can I annotate?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you so much, Amel. Appreciate it.
No problem. I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, right. Right. Okay, guys, we're gonna start with it right away. So be ready with your answers so we don't have to really wait for a long time. If I see that your cameras are off, means you're absent, I'll put your name down. And after I'm done, I'm gonna change your attendance from attending to absent. I do that because it is not fair. I have to open my camera. You have to open your camera as well. Unless you have a real problem with your internet, you can give me a personal response. Then I will give understanding that I will cross-check with your Wali. Yes? So, who are absent? Fanya? Sarah? Siapa lagi? Livia?
Miss Sylvie,
Ya.
maaf Miss, sinyal saya lagi jelek banget jadi
Itu
nggak bisa
siapa?
nyala kamera Miss sekarang ini.
Siapa?
Shani Miss. Shani.
Ya. Thank you, Shani. I wrote it down. Albert. Michelle. Gilbert. It's very convenient to check in and turn it on and then turn it off and then just stay away or eat or sleep, play with your friends or, you know, I'm not saying everybody does that, but I know that some do. So I write your names down because it is not fair for those students who are paying attention and turning their cameras on. Yes?
Internet saya juga jelek.
Okay. That's Gilbert, yeah? So Arjun, Marcel, Thierry, Kenas. Kenas, Sarah, Georgian. I wrote the names down. I will check again in a bit. Okay, number 1. We're going to start with Livia. Right, absent. Shani? Why
Number
is
1.
Oh, you couldn't have your camera on? No, you didn't tell me? Did you? Oh yeah, error, you said to me. Okay, go ahead.
Number 1. Saya perlu baca kalimatnya, Miss.
Yes, thank you.
It may seem glamorous, but let me tell you, working in the theater can really wear you out. I've been a dancer, singer, ticket taker, scenery painter, and everything else you can think of. It's not an easy life, and my sandy hair is turning gray. Take it out of you.
Very good. Yeah. M. Okay, we go to number 2. Gilbert.
Mm. Of course, show business can surprise you, and then one night of sudden it all makes sense. D comes together.
Very good. Yeah. Marcel. Right. Absent. Lyle.
On number 3, right?
Yep.
Number 3, I remember one night we were on our town in a shabby little theater in a small city in the Midwest. Despite the theater's lack of elegance, the people who were waiting outside in the fading light for the show to begin were all dressed to the nines, which is E, dim.
Yeah. E. Very good. We continue. Clara. Number 4.
They seem to understand the meaning of of civility. See.
Yeah. Courtesy. Yep. Next is L. 5.
But when we opened the doors, no one came in. No one. We couldn't understand it. All we could hear was music from the street. With unwilling steps, I went outside to announce the curtain and saw a young man in jeans and tap shoes dancing for the crowd. With unwilling steps, K. Reluctantly.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Number 6. Carissa. Icha.
She didn't hesitate for a minute as she danced her heart out. F.
Yeah, good. Fatma. 7.
I couldn't afford the time, but I couldn't take my eyes off her. Neither could anyone else. Miss, I don't know the answer.
Try. Afford. What do you think afford is? You can already opt out kan. Udah ada 6 tadi yang bisa di cross out. Tinggal sisanya sedikit.
F?
Which one did you say?
Yang F, Miss? Yang F?
Yeah, we hesitate. We already did just now. Miss, wait. Which one did you write? Did you read 7 or 6 just now? 6 already F,
Number
right?
7.
Yeah, 7. So 6 already. So it's not F.
Oh.
Confused, yeah. Amel, do you know what 7 is?
Yeah.
Is it L?
L.
Spare?
Yeah. L, correct. Spare something. Thank you, guys. Number 8. Andre.
She had such composure and stage presence. E. Voice.
Yeah, the I, yeah? I, voice. Good. Thank you. Albert, number 9.
In addition, she was so skilled in her routine. G.
J, yeah? J. Proficient. Yeah. Number 10. ST.
As she increased the speed, we all began clapping with her, making the rhythm, showing our pleasure. Yang Hamid.
Yeah. Age. In English, yes? Age. And that would be pace. 11. Felin?
The joy we felt from her dancing nourished our imagination for one an audience. The company even agreed to hold the curtain. G nurtured.
Yeah, can you turn on your camera, Falin?
Wait, miss.
12, Clara.
Miss, saya boleh nggak?
Boleh.
A special feeling of friendship and loyalty between the spectators and the dancer was great. Itu B, Miss.
Very good. Yep. Camaraderie, yeah? Last one, 13. Thank you, Michelle. Last one, 13. Lyle?
Number 13.
Mm-hmm.
I would have helped her to get a job dancing. I knew that right away. She was unnatural. I guess she didn't hear me say, "Come see me after the show." I can still hear her running off into the night, and I wonder what happened to her. Which, for number 13, is a fact.
Fact. Yeah, very good. Okay, are there any questions so far? Not, we got this, yes? Okay, and it brings us to expanding. So here we have collocations, nouns and verbs. Collocations means words that are connected together. Yeah, achieve, success are two words. We have the word achieve, we have the word success combined together. It's still two separate words, but it has one meaning. So it's a combination of words that are often used together to have one particular meaning. Yes, so we can have nouns and verbs combined together. Okay, now we straight away continue with number 1. I want to ask Fanya.
Yes, Miss.
Go ahead.
Rosemary Tejada was able to because she kept trying and never gave up even when she was able to tunggu Miss, saya agak bingung.
You have to make a combination of the noun and verb. Make a collocation.
Maksudnya gimana Miss? Saya nggak ngerti.
So you have to put in the blank here the correct collocation, and you find that by combining the verb and the noun. So what fits in here? You have to look at the meaning of the sentence in order to know which collocation works. Rosemary was able to
success.
Able to, you come up with a verb. She was able to. Verb dulu dong. Here's the word to. To always goes, to is infinitive, always goes with the base form of the word, right? So she was able to, for example, to achieve. To achieve.
Achieve. Achieve apa, Miss? Saya nggak ngerti.
Achieve goal, but then you would connect it, right, to make it a correct grammar. So you could say, for example, because Rosemary is a girl, you could, for example, say Rosemary was able to achieve her goal. Yeah, so Rosemary was able to achieve her goal. So you have achieve connected to goal, because she kept trying and never gave up when she kept trying, never gave up. But see, so here's a negative then, something difficult. When she, for example, you take the word encounter. Let's see here. Ini kan udah ada achieve goal, you see? Achieve and goal. They are already in one straight line. When she encountered with ed difficulties. So Rosemary was able to achieve her goal when she encountered difficulties. Yeah, but you have to add ed because you would have to make sure that you use the correct verb tense. Yeah. Okay, we're going to thank you, Fanya. We're going to try number 2 without hard work. Fanya, would you want to try it out? Do you get it already or would you want to try out?
Saya masih nggak terlalu ngerti ini.
No, coba. You're going to try number 2. Without hard work, we cannot.
We cannot
Try it out. Without
achieve success.
We have success, yeah? Yeah, achieve or attain. Yeah, very good. Achieve success or attain success is allowed. Yeah. Or you could also put another one in. There's another option. Make our dream come true. Yeah, right? Itu juga bisa, make our dream come true. So there are more options basically. Achieve success is correct. Cool. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one. For Michelle, number 3.
Yeah, Miss.
Can you do number 3? And look at the context of the sentence, yeah? You have to look and analyze the sentence.
Salah nggak apa-apa nih, Miss?
Of course, that doesn't matter. The point is you try, right?
Teacher hope that the children will stay in school and blank a high school diploma. They may even go on to a college degree.
Okay, what do you think? What do you do? Children will stay in school and what do you think would be the word here? Blank a high school diploma. Are you going to give it or are you going to get it? Michelle?
Yeah, Miss?
What? Are you going to give the diploma or are you going to get the diploma?
Get.
Yeah, you're going to get it. Very good. Now, what word here is another word for the words receiving or getting?
Receive.
It is one. Yeah, receive. Very good. Receive or obtain or earn. Yeah, this one. Tama na ini, degree diploma. Okay? Cool. Thank you. So it could be obtain, it could be earn, it could be receive. Number 4, we go to Belinda.
Yes, Miss.
Can you answer number 4? Guys, analyze the sentence. Come on. Yeah.
Persistent is one quality you need in order to achieve success.
Yeah, very good.
Because the path is never smooth, everyone will face difficulties.
Yeah. Can also say opposition. Everyone faces opposition or difficulties, or everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, very good. As long as it makes sense within the sentence concept, and as long as the grammar is correct, then it's good. Guys, you need to analyze, because for your ujian sekolah nanti with me, you have to analyze a lot, loh. Everything is higher order thinking skills. So you cannot just say, I don't know, I don't get it, I didn't see it. Nggak bisa. Kamu harus menganalisa konsep, kamu harus menganalisa konteks, kamu harus menganalisa bahasa. Yeah, so analyze the language components, analyze the context. Ya, cari yang tidak ada tercatat langsung. You have to always look for the implied meaning. Okay, from there you will know. Is there anyone who would like to ask a question, maybe? No? Okay, cool beans. Then we go to the next page, which is hyphenated adjectives. Yeah, we have hyphenated adjectives when we use a two-word or compound adjective or a group of words before a noun. We use hyphens to link them, yeah? Two-word or compound adjective means two adjectives connected or a group of words before a noun that all come before a noun. We use hyphens to link them, and we also make some minor structural changes. So hyphenated adjective can give texture, exuberance, poetic feeling to a word of prose. Now, for example, here we already discussed this in the video. So we're gonna go straight away to the activity. Change the following expressions to hyphenated adjectives. Okay, I will read it out for you. So I want you to pay attention and check your answers, okay? So here they put down a boy with blue eyes. If you say a boy with blue eyes, that takes up more words. We want to use hyphenated words, or we want to make words in combination that are compound, so compound adjectives in this case. Why do we want to make compound adjectives? Because it makes our writing and speaking more concise, and therefore it becomes more academic. Yeah, academic English always uses only a few words, not as many as general English. So general English would be, oh, it's a boy with blue eyes, but I could, for example, say a blue-eyed boy. I'm saying the same thing, but it's far shorter because I omit the word with. So a blue-eyed boy. A blue-eyed boy. So not eyes. Yeah. See, this way you contract it. So it's very important that in academic English you use compound adjectives, yeah? A hat with three corners could be a three-cornered hat. So a three-cornered hat. Well, you do see that it changes a bit. Corners becomes cornered, yeah? A woman with thin lips. Audrey, would you like to try? What is that, number 3?
I don't really know if I'm grammatically correct or wrong, but I answer a thin-lipped woman.
Yeah, that's correct. So a thin hyphen lipped, Lipped woman. Yeah, cool. Number 4, Amel, would you want to try number 4? Girl with a broken heart.
Number 4, a girl with a broken heart. So it's a broken-hearted girl.
Yeah, a broken hyphen hearted girl. A law that is 10 years old. A law that is 10 years old. ST. Can you do number 5?
Ya, Miss. Bentar, Miss.
What about number 5?
A 10-year-old law.
Yeah, a 10-year-old law. Yeah, very good. So here we can see that compound adjectives is basically you combine the two words together. It becomes like one word. So you use less wording. Like in this one, the word is, the verb is taken out. Yeah, so less wording, you're saying the same thing. And that is most of what we do in academic English. Okay, so here you had to look back at the story Gotta Dance and find 2 sentences that use a number of hyphenated adjectives in the climax of the story, the last 6 paragraphs, and then rewrite expressions as hyphenated adjectives. Anyone who would like to try? Is there anyone who tried this out already? Here we have a then step that tells the audience to wait a minute. If you look this up in the text, you go back to the text, it basically states in the first one, in that part of the text, it states, oh so easy, oh hyphen so hyphen easy, and wait a minute, time step, wait hyphen a hyphen minute, time hyphen step. So if you look at the text of this area, of this part, then you can see the hyphenated words. What about an ending similar to what a performer in a Broadway musical would do? Who can answer that? An ending similar to what a performer in a Broadway musical would do. What hyphenated compound adjective did we find for them? Icha?
Knock down, drag out, could you just die, great big Broadway baby finish.
Oh yeah, almost. You have half of it correct. Yeah. So for this one, it would be a great big Broadway baby finish. Yeah. Great big Broadway hyphen baby finish. Yeah. What about a finish that makes you want to die from happiness, Clara?
The could you just die?
Yeah, could you just die finish? A, could hyphen you hyphen just hyphen die finish. Dude, there's a lot of hyphens. A finish that knocks the audience out because it is so good. Okay, L, what did we come up with that one? Icha mentioned that just now.
I haven't done that one, sorry.
Icha mentioned it just now. She said, my knock down drag out. So it would be my knock hyphen down and drag hyphen out finish. Yeah, so those are the hyphenated compound adjectives that we can find related to the sentences in the text. And the reason why we use them is to make our language more concise, and that also makes it automatically more academic. Okay, that brings us to the part of creating. But before I do that, is there anyone who wants to add something, ask something, check something?
Miss Sylvie, I want to ask. For hyphenation, we know that there's complicated and maybe unclear, but like from the exercise before, we can see that there are some minor changes, some minor grammatical changes. Is there any any common type of grammatical minor changes to
the word
hyphenated?
Yeah, often in many cases we add ed, but not always. Like what we did just now here, it became like more in a positive sense. So it was added to ed, right? So that's what we saw here: blue-eyed, cornered, right? Thin-lipped, broken-hearted. So these all with ed, but that is not always the case, because in here just now we saw that not all of the hyphenated words had an ed. So you would just have to see how it works within the sentence that you're using. Yeah. And also, whenever you do hyphen, sometimes we don't know, hey, does this word really need a hyphen or not? But when it is a compound adjective, it definitely has a hyphen. So when it is like two adjectives combined together that come before noun, you will know that it needs to be hyphenated. Yeah, so it depends a bit on the sentence how the grammar changes, or whether the tense changes or not. I hope that's clear enough so far. Any more questions? No? Okay, that brought us to the part of creating. So basically it said here, a separate piece of paper, you would have to answer questions about yourself and other people, and then use expressions. For example, here we had, when Katie's relatives criticized her, it lit a fire under her. This is an expression, yeah? It lit a fire under her, and she had to do something. What kinds of things make you angry? So this is basically about you, what you experience. Now here we have another one. When Katie first started to work on her dance routine, it must have seemed like an impossible task. But after she practiced again and again, things started to come together. See, this is another expression, come together. And she did very well. How did you deal with the difficulty that you eventually overcame? So these are personal questions about you that you had to answer. But we're looking right now more at the underlined expressions. So if we're talking about a little fire under makes you panas ya, kesel atau angry or disappointed, is a negative emotion. If we're talking about something coming together means it works out. It kind of works. Number 3, leaving home was not easy for Katie. Saying goodbye to her old room really took it out of her and she felt drained of energy. Now, first language speakers use a lot of these expressions. Would you know what this means, took it out of her? Who would like to respond to that? Livia, what does that mean? Took it out of her?
Hello, Miss.
Why are so many cameras off?
Saya tadi bilang Miss di WhatsApp apa internet saya putus-putus. Tadi saya open mic aja, Miss nggak dengar.
Can you answer me? What does this mean? Took it out of her? What does it mean? Took it out of her? Anyone? What does that mean? Took it out of her? Esti? Esti?
Ya, Miss.
What does it mean? Took it out of her?
Kalau Miss itu kayak ngepanis gitu nggak sih Miss? Kayak ngasih hukuman gitu.
Yeah, not punishment, but more like it's very difficult. Gitu loh. Saying goodbye to her old room really took it out of her and she felt drained of energy. It really is an emotional heaviness, you know, like really, really hard for her. Yeah. And reluctant, what is that? Elle, what is reluctant?
Unwilling.
Yeah. Nurtured her imagination. Clara, nurtured her imagination. What would that be?
Nourished her imagination.
Yeah, feeding it, yeah. Being busy with it. We focused on it. And then you got knocked down, dragged out. Could you just die? Great big Broadway baby finish. Yeah, which we already talked about just now. So those are expressions, yeah. Now in the grammar, it talked about using identifying and non-identifying adjective clauses. I explained this in the video. It's also summarized in your ebook. It was taught in grade 10 and 11. So I'm not going to review it right now. I truly assume that you already know this. And if you're still confused, can you please read the summaries in your ebook because everything is there. It's a matter of you reading it and remembering it. It's rumus you have to know, okay? So I'm straight out gonna go into the activity. So here we had examined these 2 sentences and discussed the questions with a partner. Basically, that's what it said. In the first sentence, which people are being discussed? Who is being discussed in the first sentence? Livia? Michelle? Michelle, who's being discussed in the first sentence? Can you answer? In the first sentence, people who are unwilling to risk failure are not capable of achieving big successes. Which people are being talked about?
Nggak tahu, Miss.
Arjun? Shani? Shani?
Yes, Miss.
Who is being discussed? Number 1?
People who are unwilling to risk failure.
Yeah, very good. In the second sentence, how much time did Katie spend in the restaurant? Arjun? Arjun,
Yes.
can you turn on your camera? Can you please answer number 2? Number 2, can you answer number 2?
2 hours, Miss.
How much time did you? Almost 2 hours. If you would say 2 hours, I would count that wrong because it is almost 2 hours. You got to be precise in your answers. Yes. Also next month for your ujian ya. Jadi kalau memang belum persis 2 jam, jangan tulis 2 jam tapi hampir ya. Cool. Thank you, Arjun. Appreciate it. Number 3, which words come at the beginning of the underlined phrase? Okay, let me see. Jerry.
Ya, Miss.
Can you answer number 3?
Bentar, Miss. Saya nggak
Sarah?
ngerti.
Sorry, I cannot wait too long ya. Nanti kelamaan. Jerry, what did you want to ask?
Saya nggak ngerti maksud pertanyaannya.
Which word comes at the beginning of the underlined phrase? You see here an underlined phrase. You see here an underlined phrase. What was the first word you see in the underlined phrase? Tinggal dilihat, dibaca. Jerry?
Kata pertamanya gitu maksudnya, Miss?
Ya, betul.
Oh, who sama which, Miss?
Yep, and those are related pronouns. Yeah, remember that. Okay, thank you, Jerry. Do you notice any difference in punctuation in the 2 sentences? Sarah, can you answer that for me?
Miss Sarah is not feeling well.
Oh,
Can I answer instead?
Yep.
So the first one, there's a comma, and it's not like between 2 sentences. And the second one is there are 2 commas.
Yeah, correct. Very good. Okay, awesome beans. Thank you. Okay, that brings us to the next one here. Okay, so you would have to decide whether they're identifying or non-identifying. You have to underline the adjective clause and add appropriate punctuation. Yeah. And let me know which one is the related pronoun. Okay, we go with the first one. People who lack the courage to fail also lack what it takes to achieve big success. Okay, I'm gonna ask Gilbert. Gilbert, in this sentence, what is the adjective clause?
Number 1.
Yep.
Adjective clause. People who lack courage. People who lack courage.
Yeah, because it always starts with the what is that? It always starts with the related pronoun. Yeah, very good. So who lack to fail? Yeah, who lack the courage to fail. That's basically the adjective clause. What is the related pronoun?
Who?
Who refers to? People. Very good. Yeah, very good. Can you tell me, is this identifying or non-identifying?
Identifying.
Yeah, very good. Identifying means it's restrictive. Means do we use commas or not?
No.
No, we don't, because we need the extra information for the sentence to make sense. That can be because the sentence doesn't have a complete idea, or because the subject is unclear. If we say people, we don't know who we are talking about. Which people are we talking about? Tidak jelas. So it becomes identifying, or also called restrictive, therefore no commas. Very good, Gilbert. Nice. Number 2, attitudes that help you feel positive about yourself are the key to success. Guys, this is important because it will be in your exam. If you don't know this, you'll have a problem next one. Yeah. So I'm going to ask Padma.
Number 2, Miss.
Can you please leave your camera on, Fatma? Yes, number 2.
Uh,
What is the related the adjective clause? The adjective dependent clause. What's the dependent clause here?
you feel positive about yourself.
Yeah, very good. That help you feel positive about yourself. Very good. What is the related pronoun?
Identify.
No. Related pronoun.
Identifying.
No. Related pronoun is the first word of the adjective dependent clause. We only have for people, we use that, who, whom, whose, and for things, we use that and which. In this case, what is the relative pronoun?
Attitudes.
Again, the first word of the adjective. No, the first word of the adjective dependent clause, remember, is a relative pronoun. I want you to tell me what the relative pronoun is. That can only be, if it's for people, it can only be who or whom or whose or that. If it's for things, object, it can only be that or which. You said the adjective clauses that help you feel positive about yourself. In this sentence, what is the relative pronoun? Itu kata pertama dari dependent clause. Which one is that, Fatma?
Yang that, Miss.
Very good. That. And that relates to? Bicara mengenai apa?
Attitude.
Attitude. Very good. Karena dia selalu mengarah ke kata yang sebelumnya. Very good. Like who refers to people, that refers to attitude. Good job. Okay, is this sentence independent or is this sentence restrictive or non-restrictive? Identifying or non-identifying?
Identifying.
It's identifying. Very good. If it's identifying, we do not use commas, yeah? So no commas here. And why is it identifying? Karena attitudes, kita tidak tahu yang mana. Kalau kita bilang attitudes are the key to success, attitude yang mana dulu, gitu loh, nggak tahu yang mana, ya. Okay, we go to the next one. Kenas, can you do number 3? Pierre?
Yes,
Delane, who is quoted in the article about kids and ballroom dancing, is a British dance champion. Can you let me know what the adjective dependent clause is, Kenas?
Who?
Can you turn, are you able to turn on your camera?
Sorry, miss my laptop.
Not good, okay.
Camera.
What is the adjective dependent clause? Not just who. Clause, not a word, clause. Who? Who is quoted? Who is quoted in the article about kids and ballroom dancing. That is the adjective dependent clause. Who is quoted in the article about kids and ballroom dancing. Can I ask, what is the related pronoun? Can I ask?
Yeah, miss.
What is the related pronoun? Come on, people. Come on.
Miss, saya mau coba, Miss.
Yeah.
Who, Miss?
Who? Yes. Yes. So, who is quoted in the article? Dancing? Yeah, who? Very good. So let's make it like this. Here, who. Here we've got that. Here we've got who. And who refers to?
Pierre Delane.
Yeah, Pierre Delane. Okay, Kenas, I go back to you. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, Kenas, I go back to you. What type of sentence is this? Is this identifying or is the identifying or non-identifying? Identifying or non-identifying? Kenas? Anyone else? Identifying or non-identifying? Lau?
From here, I wrote non-identifying, but
That's
I'm not.
very good. That's correct. It is non-identifying. Good job. So we need commas. Where do we put the comma?
Before the who and after dancing.
Here and here, yeah. Yeah? Very good. Awesome. Good job. Okay, Amal, thank you for your annotating, Amal. We go to number 4. Children who practice ballroom dances with each other learn good teamwork. Aubrey, you're going to do this one. What about it?
Hello. It's identifying.
Can you tell me what's the
and
related?
then
Can you tell me first
yeah.
what the adjective clause is?
the who.
No, what is the adjective clause? The clause, not the word.
The sentence.
Yeah.
Who practice who practice ballroom dances with each other? Who practice
with each other.
ballroom dances with each other? Okay.
Yeah. What is the? Now I'm gonna ask you what the related pronoun is.
Oh, it's the who.
Very good. What does it relate to?
The children.
Very good. Is this identifying or non-identifying?
It's identifying.
It is. So do we use commas?
No.
No. Very good.
No.
Awesome beans. Yeah. A college speaker whose exact name I've now forgotten helps us to understand the power of positive thinking. Okay, I'm gonna ask Albert. Albert, hello. What is the adjective dependent clause? Tell me what the adjective clause is. Albert.
Yes.
What is the adjective clause, please? Wow, this is long.
Whose?
No, that's a word, guys. Please pay attention to instructions. Do your exam like that in 3 weeks and you'll fail it, really. What is the adjective clause? Clause, I'm not asking for a word. I'm asking for the clause.
E.
Hello?
Yeah, E.
No?
Berarti N.
Whose exact name I have forgotten. Okay, Albert, what is the related pronoun? Now I'm asking for a word.
Whose?
Whose is possessive, yeah? What does whose refer to?
A college.
No, not a college speaker. Yeah? Whose refers to a college speaker. Yeah, is it identifying or non-identifying?
Yes, identifying.
It is non-identifying because a college speaker, we don't know who that is. It's super unclear. So we have to use commas. Where does the comma take place, Albert?
Before the whose.
And? Here. Yes, my commas are a bit weird, but let it be. A modern idea which I do not share at all is that success can only be measured in financial terms. Okay, gonna ask Fanya. What is the adjective dependent clause?
Hello. Adjective dependent clause.
Which one is it?
Yang nomor 6 kan, Miss?
Yeah.
Which I do not share at all.
Very good. What is the related pronoun?
Which.
Very good. Related pronoun selalu menjadi kata pertama ya dari dependent clause-nya. Which relates to? Which relates to?
Modern idea.
A modern idea. Very good. Is it identifying or non-identifying?
Identifying. Non-identifying.
I think both. In this case, it's interesting. I think this one can go both, basically. If you would say non-identifying, I would say it's correct. A modern idea, comma, which I do not share at all, comma, is that success can only be measured in financial terms. But if you say a modern idea, you can also say, yeah, but we don't know which idea it is. So in this case, you could do both. If you would say non-identifying, then in that case, your commas should be here, yeah? So a modern idea, and then after all, like that, okay? Okay, we are going to number 7. Number 7, Icha, the dance instructor, patiently taught the students the steps which he had learned to do so naturally throughout the years. We have to finish our lesson. What is the adjective dependent clause?
Which he had learned to do so naturally throughout the years.
Oh, so good. Yep, all the way until there. What is the related pronoun?
Which.
What does which refer to?
The dance instructor. The steps.
The steps, very good. It's mostly closely related to the word. Is it identifying or non-identifying?
Non-identifying.
This one is identifying. Because if we just say the dance instructor patiently taught his students the steps, kamu pasti tanya, steps yang mana? Steps apa? Jadi it's unclear what steps it are. So it's identifying, so no commas. Number 8, children, thank you. Number 8, children who work so hard at learning the steps of the various ballroom dances all share the need to excel. So the adjective dependent clause is who work so hard. Yeah, who work so hard at learning the various ballroom dances. Look. Until there. With the related pronoun of who, which refers to children. Who can tell me, is it identifying or non-identifying? Children all share the need to excel. It's identifying. Why? It's restrictive because without the dependent clause, we don't know which children. Yeah, so identifying. Pastikan kalian paham ini ya, karena ini akan masuk ke dalam ujiannya kalian. Yeah, so reread the summary, and if you still have a hard time with it, please notify me. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Amel, for your amazing annotating. Now I'm gonna finish this up real quick. Here you had to combine each pair of sentences into a single sentence using the related pronoun. So this is what we can do also with it. You can combine 2 sentences to become one by using a related pronoun. So in this case, Katie, who considers herself a natural, was a self-taught dancer. A young man entered the restaurant hungry. He left it with a full belly. Can become a young man who entered the restaurant hungry, left it with a full belly. But we do not use commas because it is identifying. Since a young man, we don't know who, maka identifying jangan menggunakan comma. Katie was off to find a new place in the world. Katie's brother had just died. So it would be Katie, comma, whose brother had just died, comma, was off to find a new place in the world. And why do we use commas here? Because Katie is already a very clear subject. No need to annotate this, Amel. Katie is already a very, if we say a young man, we don't know which man. But if we say Katie, it's a specific name, so we would know who. 4, Katie was thinking about a mother. The mother's son had just thrown his head out of the window of the bus. We could make that into Katie was thinking about the mother whose son had just thrown his head out of the window of the bus. This is still identifying. This one does not use commas. 3 was non-identifying. 4 is identifying. 5 would become Katie waited 2 hours after. Katie waited 2 hours at the dinner, comma, where she had an excellent view of the people lining up for the theater. Yeah, so Katie waited 2 hours at the dinner, comma, and then you get the adjective dependent clause where she had an excellent view of the people lining up for the theater. In this case, the dependent clause comes last and ends the sentence. So there's only 1 comma instead of 2. If it comes in the middle, you have 2, right? So the end only 1. And 6, tap dancing is an American dance from that. Tap dancing is an American dance form that was popularized by Hollywood movies. Is identifying, no commas. In the writing part, you have to look at free writing. You could do your brainstorming. You have to think about your topic sentence, your development, your concluding sentence. It talked about illustration, as in you have your topic sentence, and then it has to be. You have to use your PMPL, your point, explanation, and evidence. It talked about creating strong thesis statements, which you've already learned throughout the past years, yeah. In this case, it gave you an idea of how to make a strong thesis statement, yeah. And then here was a text, an example text with the questions according to the topic sentence. What is the subject of this paragraph? Anyone who would like quickly write to answer? I'm still going to give you the answers for those who did it so you can check your answers, yeah? So the answer would be to number 1. The subject of this paragraph is the passion and enthusiasm successful people feel about the work they do. The passion and enthusiasm successful people feel about the work they do. Question 2, which sentences do not belong in this paragraph? Sentence 4 and sentence 10 do not belong, 4 and 10. And what is the best concluding sentence for this paragraph? 8, 9, or 10? That would be sentence 9 is the best concluding sentence because it reflects the main idea of the topic sentence of the paragraph. Sentence 8 refers only to the specific example of Steve Jobs, so not so good. And sentence 10 does not belong in the paragraph. It just doesn't make sense. So it would be 9. Yeah. It's a pity I have to go a bit fast. And this is the checklist that you should use for your writing. Make sure that your journal is complete. Make sure that your outline is according to your essay. Yeah, your outline. Don't make an outline of 5 paragraphs and then your essay is 6. Or your outline is 3 paragraphs and then your essay is 5. Then you will lose around 10 points. Yeah. So make sure your work is all done in time. Yeah. And also make sure your ebook activities are finished. And do not forget to do your post test today. Yeah, finish it up today. I'm sorry we're a bit late today. I thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Amel, for your great annotating. Everybody who answered, I appreciate it. God bless you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.